nerds, and welcome to The Gutter. My name is Steven. This is episode 4 of the second season of The Gutter Nerds podcast. Joining me today, a couple of Twitch streaming motherfuckers. Racy Rogue is to my right. I will call her Lauren for the rest of the day. Over yonder is Corporate Cal. I will call him Trash Bag the rest of the day.
Thank you.
What do you think, trash?
I rip on you, but you are not bad at the PUBG, sir.
I'm not.
You're not bad at it.
But I'm not good, so I won't.
I'm not good either.
I won't take being good.
I'm not good either.
I'm no Doc Disrespect.
Being good.
I have no Doctor Disrespect.
Doctor Disrespect. I'm not good either, and that's okay. It doesn't matter, especially in PUBG. It doesn't matter if you're good. You got to make your own fun in PUBG.
No, you do.
So, what you guys been playing?
Well, I've had a busy week, so I've been working a lot and trying to get my computer fully functional in the best optimal way again.
Right.
But I have been playing some PUBG and some League of Legends,
Good.
trying to rank up, but I hadn't been streaming.
You're in the climb.
I'm on the climb. Yes, yeah. I'm not like declining, so that's good. But what else? And a little bit of the Dragon Ball Z fighting game. It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, you were saying last week that you're liking it.
You need to learn the combos. Then all the combos are insane.
JB's watching Back to the Future Part 3 and says that it'd be great if the DeLorean's in Red Dead Redemption 2, because the third game takes place in the Wild West.
That'd be a good Easter egg.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a really cool Easter egg, JB. I like that idea.
Crazy Smurf went and saw Greatest Showman for the 4th time. Good God. And Lithic says, technically you have to cheat. I guess to even start to be the doctor.
That's it. Right. If you don't understand what he's referencing, do we even?
No, it's a Twitch thing. Doctor Disrespect is a very famous, if not the most famous Twitch streamer, currently. And recently came back to Twitch after taking a break
from an affair with his wife.
Yeah, so he had to work on.
Yet he came back.
That's the Twitch stuff. I don't much care for Twitch drama, so
I don't either. I'm just jealous that he comes back and he comes back tenfold strong.
He came back with money.
He came back with money.
What have you been playing, Lauren?
I decided to do a rerun of Mafia 3. So I'm trying to get that fucking finished as fast as possible. There's a lot more glitches than I remember.
In what?
In Mafia 3. So I finished... What I like to do is I like to take on as many quests as I can and then finish them based on the area I'm in. So I'll finish one quest and I'll be like, okay, I need to go.
So you do it by area?
By zones.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I do zones. And so
I do the opposite. I do side quests and cleanup stuff and then main quests, even if I have to drive all over the place.
But majority of my stuff is main quest.
Okay.
So it's not like, okay, you finish that one, now your main quest is over here. You finish that one, your main quest is over here. Luckily, with at least how I've played it, it's, okay, here's still main story, here's still main story, here's still main story, here's main story, and then all these side quests.
You just razzle-dazzle quests around.
Yes.
Basically.
Kind of. But the last 3 quests I had to do, I had to, loop around the building, get cops involved or something, so I could actually talk to the person I'm supposed to talk to.
Oh, that's weird.
And it was, and I'm like, I don't remember this being a problem.
I don't remember there being very many glitches when I played. We did, by the way, if you go back to our YouTube archive, season 1, it's episode 5. We actually interviewed the junior mission designer of Mafia 3, Morgan Wagner, who's fucking awesome. It was a great show, so if you want to go learn about Mafia 3 and about the perspective of a junior mission designer for a AAA game, it's a good episode. And I'm hoping to have her back on sometime to talk about gaming stuff, but... I'm glad you're finally getting around to getting through the rest of it. Yeah. Because that game was brutal as shit.
Well, and I'll have Sable in there.
Brutal in the
visual
animation
graphics.
Stuff are brutal as shit.
Because I'll have
simple.
I'll have Peter, Sable, and then when Bree's over, Bree will be watching, and I'll be like, "Hey guys, watch this," and I'll get them to come around. Hey, Trexus!
Hey, we have a Trexus. We have a raid and a host. It's the first one on the podcast, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Thank you, Trexus. Hello.
So you whistle them to come around and just stab them in the throat and bring them around.
Because there's a regular you can do a regular takedown of Mafia 3 where you grab them, stab them, that's the end of it. Or you can do the brutal one, which sort of scares the shit out of everyone around you, and you grab them and you in the face and up the gut. You make a fillet of fish sandwich, fries are up, and then everybody's you know,
and then there's blood all around, and I love when the other sentry's like,
the way
there's a fucking body!
with glee, you're like, there's blood all around. Yeah, the sentries, when they find the mangled corpses, they're not like, oh, Jesus.
No.
They're just like, someone's around here.
Yeah.
Something
Like,
seems
there's a
amiss.
fucking body.
Why?
Something's wrong.
Typical.
So for me,
kinda.
I've been playing PUBG. I've been getting into that more. That's probably the main thing we've been doing lately. I played this morning Contra, like the original Contra.
That's hard as shit.
And that game is hard as shit.
Hard as shit, man. Like, that game, just like the original Castlevania as well. Just super hard.
Yeah, it was a beating.
I've got a challenge for you.
In Fortnite, yeah, actually, I got my solo victory in Fortnite. My first one on Saturday.
Congrats for unicorns and butterflies and
butterscotch
and some
unicorns.
Yeah, some butterscotch unicorns.
It was good. It was super tense because I was certain I wasn't going to do it, but I got it.
Was it tense because they were building them around you and you had to like dodge the building to kill them?
It was.
Or was it?
That would be a cool mechanic if you could build a big ass building and then topple it on someone. That'd be the shit.
Just stop. No.
That'd be the shit.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
Steve-O, after over a week off PUBG on Xbox, aiming be hard on PUBG, especially like. So okay, I'm typically a console apologist. And it's gonna slip a little bit here, but playing PUBG on Xbox is a little bit more tricky than on PC because on console
the handling sucks.
On console we're usually granted, because we're not using keyboard and mouse,
you don't get auto
a bit of aim assist, and there's no aim assist in PUBG on console, so we have to line that shit up. Like I have to spend like a half an hour like lining up my gotcha. Oh fuck, he moved. You know,
with your sniper breathing and everything as well.
Right. But it's been going well. I mean, I've been getting better. So guys, today we're going to talk about tear-jerking moments in gaming in general. I'm going to give you a very general spoiler alert. Most of the stuff we're talking about is kind of spoilers. Some is the beginning of the game, some is mid-game, and some is end-game. And I will try to let you know what game we're going to be talking about beforehand. Most of these are older, so there's not a whole lot of newer stuff.
I'm curious. Most of these will be older. See, this is gonna be fun
to see if you've even played all of them. Well, okay. So first, we will go to Facebook. I asked for some input on Facebook, and I got a couple. Hello, Gally Alvia. Howdy. The first one was from Corey on Facebook, and he said that Red Dead Redemption. So, quick spoiler alert for Red Dead Redemption. Okay. At the end of the game...
Hey, we spill, by the way.
The main character is killed. And this is shocking for a couple of reasons. One, in an open world game like Red Dead, Grand Theft Auto, Fallout, the main character can't die. Because it's an open world game, and usually after the story there's more stuff to do. So, the main character can't die in a story game, except this one does. And so to complete the rest of the game, you have to, hey, what's up, Weespill? Welcome. And you guys tell us about games that have made you cry or feel feelings. And Calvin's going to pretend he has feelings today for this conversation. John Marston...
He has tear ducts.
Goes home at the end of the game after completing all the story quests. You're doing chores and shit back on the farm with your family. And then the government shows up to mow you down. And then to play the rest of the game, like if you want to keep doing stuff at the end of the game, you take over you play as his son. Yes.
Haven't played the game, but isn't it a Western? Shouldn't you be just every once in a while, you know what, in Westerns people get shot and died?
Yes, yeah.
Shot and died.
Yeah.
It's a Western.
But the thing is it's not in battle.
Yeah.
He goes home, and you're like playing, and you're like...
But isn't he a villain?
Just like spinning...
Didn't he kill a bunch of people?
Well, he does a lot of shitty things.
Is he a good person?
Well, that's up for debate.
Was he guilty as charged? I'm just asking questions.
You just want to know about the game in general? I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions.
Happy to have a chat. Spoiler alert for last gen. It's like talking about season 6 GOT. Yeah. John, I remember that. After peaceful beginning from... Yeah, and that's the thing, is you get done with all of your shit, like all of the stuff that might get you killed. Go back home, spend time with it. You do 6 or 7 missions, like, of chores, and then the government shows up, and it's it's brutal.
All right.
So that was a good.
Oh, it was just firing squad?
Yeah, it's sort of like he's in the barn, and they all like surround the barn, and so you kick open the door, and it goes into the slow-mo that you do when you target people. But no matter what you do, and no matter how good a shot you are, there's just too many of them. So you can take out like 6 or 10 people, but they're gonna fuck you up. It's like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid kind of ending.
Oh, gotcha.
Whereas like, well, I guess we're going out. Bam, kind of thing. So Gears of War made me bawl my eyes out, says Idgits. I co-op with my brother, and I play Dom. When he finds his wife, I just lost it. I never thought Gears of War would make a list of this, but that makes sense. I didn't really give a shit about the characters in Gears of War, but
Space Marine.
But I totally get it.
Well,
like
yes.
that's a thing that I think would grab you. Lithic, fantastic. And this was one of mine too. Halo 4. And this is why I love 343 so much, even though they dropped the ball in Halo 5, but that's a different conversation. They create Halo 1, 2, and 3 were like fun, shooty, Space Marine-y games. There was a good story, a decent plot, but it wasn't emotional until the 4th one, because 343 was able to take like what Bungie had set up in the world and take it somewhere. So the juxtaposition of Cortana and Chief. Cortana's losing her mind because she's an AI and she's basically spiraling out of control. Super good. That's a great one, Lithic. What about you guys? I know that you have some things that have affected you game-wise, and we'll continue to go through the list as people mention things.
Mine's mostly Last of Us.
Last of Us?
That's all I can talk about.
So this is a spoiler alert, I guess, for the beginning. This is the end of the prologue of The Last of Us, I expect, is what you're going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about beginning, parts in the middle, and the ending.
Okay, so you cried multiple times during this game.
I got emotional multiple times. I only cried once, and it was in the beginning.
The beginning, that's a game that, like, holy fuck, throws you into a well of despair right at the beginning.
You're talking, really you?
Hell yeah, that was fucked up.
Okay, well, Lauren,
little teary.
Tell us what happened.
Little teary.
So, what you guys are about to see is Joel's story. And Joel is one of the main characters. I can't say he's the main character because you get to play Ellie as well. But Joel has a daughter, and with his daughter, they find that the zombie apocalypse is upon them, and they start to fight with his brother.
They're trying to get out of town.
Of town, and so he's with his best friend or brother or something, and
hello, June.
They're trying to get out. And this happened, so I'll let you play the video.
I didn't.
You didn't do the video?
I didn't grab a video for it because no one had said anything on Facebook in time for me to grab it, except for Jonathan. So I got Jonathan's and I got one of mine. But hey, hello June and hello Robotical Nick. Caldane says the giraffes are the saddest part, which I think was probably the other part you were going to say.
Actually, no.
Okay, interesting.
Sorry.
So, Red Dead Redemption got me, main character. Yep, that's Robotical Nick. Is the fact that son went down the same outlaw road as his dad. And that was, I actually asked when Corey on Facebook said Red Dead Redemption, I said, do you mean the end or do you mean the very end? But yeah, that's totally good too. And Chai says would cry at every game. Explain. I would love to know what you mean.
Probably the other part of
The Last of Us, they're car wrecks, they're trying to get out.
They're just trying to get out and his daughter dies.
Yeah, the containment crew, like the Marines or whatever, like shoot her. They're like, "Oh, are you sure? She's just a kid." And like, okay. Joel sees they're about to, and he tries to protect her, and he loses her. There, and he's like pleading with her to stay alive. And the thing about Last of Us that was so unique was that was the beginning of the game. Usually you have to spend some time with people. And so I was sitting there with like 2 friends and I'm like, I just met these fuckers. What's going on?
Yeah.
I've known them for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
So that's the brilliant storytelling when you can do that.
The end of it was pretty heartstrings too, though.
Yep.
Well, and
because it's a decision of life.
And it is. But even throughout the game, like the friend of Joel's that sacrifices herself so Joel and Ellie can get away. Like that was emotional. When they met the other
Well, if you
the other black guy and his son, and then the son's bitten, and that was Ellie's friend, and then he ends up trying to attack her. That was really emotional. And of course, in the end,
well, if you think about the whole game, though, everybody's trying to get Ellie to this spot, and then once they get to the spot, he's like, "Wait, she has to die." No,
Joel,
that's the other reason.
Which makes the whole
so many people have sacrificed themselves
whole thing is a waste.
for that to happen.
That's
and
why
then
I maintain
no,
Joel is a
that.
terrible person. I will maintain that.
And that's my thing. It's like there was so much character development. That's
it just says she screwed up in Heavy Rain and got a bad ending, and that made her tear up.
Yeah, Heavy Rain's a fucked up game.
I guess I'm gonna have to
Get to it. Lithic says not really a tearjerker, but he liked the betrayal at the end of Modern Warfare 2, where you I think you get to the plane and Colonel Shepard just turns around and caps you in the face or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jake Parker, hello. Mass Effect,
Also, hello,
Morden Thane. Mass Effect 2, depending on how you played Mass Effect 2, that can affect you because you build your crew and then you go on the suicide mission. Yeah. And so you're you're gonna lose people, most likely. That's a good one. The end of Final Fantasy 15 gets me every time. I have that game.
I have it too.
I have the game. I need to fucking play that.
It's going to take 50 hours. I don't want to do it.
I recently teared up in a new game called Celeste. That was the one that you were streaming recently, says WeSpill. The main character has relatable flaws and problems and overcomes them. It kills me. So on that note, the one for me that really got me was an independent game called Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. And throughout the game, you control both brothers, one with each stick, and each of them has an action related to the trigger. So big brother's left stick, left trigger, grabbing, pulling, climbing, whatever. Little brother's right stick, right trigger. Same thing. They each have different abilities. Big brother can swim, little brother's afraid of swimming. Here's your spoiler alert for Brothers, Tale of Two Sons. The older brother dies they're trying to get something from a tree to save their mom or save their dad. The little boy has to take this thing all the way back now without his older brother, and when he's almost home, there's a body of water, and he can't swim. He's afraid of swimming. But that's the only way to go. So I go up, and I'm try to swim, but he can't. He's not going to do it. Not going to do it. And then it dawns on me, I walked up with the little brother stick, and then I used the big brother action, and he swims across. I fucking lost my shit. I was like, oh God. Oh my God!
Telling me that.
Yeah. Even right now, talking about it, is having an effect on me. An indie game that made me bawl was last day of June, and June says, "I don't cry." Is there anything that got you close to it? Oh, Trexa says my most tear-jerking moment is every time we had to play any Destiny 2 strike for the third time, which is fair because we were doing the Nightfall, so you have a time limit. And if you don't make it in time, you have to start over.
Question.
Yeah.
Have you already put Destiny 2 on the shelf?
Destiny 2 is shelved except for the raid and the DLC. But yeah.
So this game's been out how long?
Ooh. Shit, was it September?
It's only been out, you spent less time on this one than the first one. Congratulations.
I did.
I just want to...
No, but I think so. I would argue that that's a good thing because you were talking about how the grind sucks, and I was saying Destiny 2, there's less,
but it's on the shelf.
There's less content in it, but there's also less of a grind.
We can discuss this later. I just wanted to ask.
Oh sure, but I am not grinding anything. Okay. I did the content, and now I'm good. Last day of me.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
I want to hear what Calvin's cried over.
He mentioned.
I want to hear, but I actually
Final Fantasy 7.
Right. Yeah.
I want to hear you.
Here's a spoiler alert for Final Fantasy 7.
Well, Final Fantasy 7, for those of you who haven't played it, like this heathen to my left, should play it. There's a lot of main characters in that game, but one of them happens to be Aerith, and so.
I knew you were going to fucking pronounce it like that, too.
Aerith? You like Aerith?
Jesus Christ.
Whatever you like to say. Everybody is...
I'm just playing with you.
Potato, okay, tomato. Anyways. And she's a big love interest in the game. And then she just fucking gets murked. Real bad.
Yeah,
And it's out of nowhere. You're wait, what?
Out of nowhere. And... that affected a lot of people. I remember in high school people playing it and just being floored by it.
Oh yeah.
It was also a big twist in addition to being like a tear-jerking moment.
You're like, what the fuck?
Because, you know, and that's a good way to villainize someone. They villainize the shit out of Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as that happened, you're like, I'm gonna kill this
murder the
motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have a clip from it or no?
I do not have a clip from 7.
You sack of shit.
But I do have another Final Fantasy.
That's more tear-jerking than that.
This one, I'm going to bring that down a little bit. This is a spoiler alert for Final Fantasy X.
You know, I've never played 10.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole game, the game sets it up that summoners have to sacrifice themselves to defeat the cyclical villain, right? So you go through the whole game thinking Yuna's gonna die because she's gonna have to sacrifice herself. Team's resolute that they can find a way to save her. I'm not gonna get, it's really complicated, but basically when it gets to the point where if they save her, when they actually destroy the villain, the main character, Titus, is going to die.
Ooh.
That's the way it's just
Written in
That's
stone.
the way it's written. And so not only do you have to go through and defeat every one of your Guardian forces that you've been collecting because they turn on you.
Oh, fuck.
Then
you have to defeat her.
No, they don't fight. But Titus, you know,
Just kills him.
He essentially dies, and that's the short version of
Titus
it.
dies.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So they let Yuna live.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
But he
Fuck you,
like
Titus.
he gives this like tearful goodbye like on top of the thing, and she's like trying to yell at him that she loves him as he like throws himself off the fucking airship. It is absolutely distressing, and that was one that got me really good. That was a good one too. Idjit says Lee in The Walking Dead. The first season of Walking Dead is a damn emotional roller coaster. You like he's fading away. That's what happens.
He fades away.
Yeah, it's without getting into the whole thing of what Final Fantasy X.
He fades away. He doesn't just
It's
like he's not just
it's
like
just
embody.
It'd take me 30 minutes to explain all the shit in Final Fantasy X. Sad moment of gaming when Microsoft didn't want to make the Xbox One backwards compatible. Well, I mean,
that's any console, really.
None of the the Xbox One is the only console that's currently backwards compatible at all.
Well, that's what PlayStation.
There is some PlayStation Now, but you know what really sucks is I was trying to figure out a way to play Spyro on PS1.
Why?
And I can't. I'm gonna have to emulate it to stream it because I was requested to be a retro game stream.
I have a PlayStation 2 and a Spyro game that you can borrow.
Oh well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And yes, HKLK is absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider this, but a couple months ago when I was playing Alice Madness Returns.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you haven't played it, I will tell you all about it. She's going to a psych ward, and you meet people along the way trying to morph her life into what they see fit. And so along the way, you meet people that are like trying to make her a whore, trying to make her an orphan, trying to make her a bartender, trying to make her different things in the English world. Mm-hmm. The problem is all of these people have worked against her throughout the game that you find out later really messes her up. So long story short, you get through the entire game and you find out that her parents and sister who burned in a fire were pretty much locked in their rooms by her psychiatric physician, the person you keep having to go back to and talk to. And so you fight this monstrous thing that is him, and then it always is flashbacks to like the real world versus Wonderland. And in the last scene, you're at a train station and he's like trying to get away with it. And you have to push him on the tracks. Like there's no choice. You have to do it. But the problem is after you do that, you're like, as a gamer, you're like, oh, this resolves so many issues. I don't have to deal with this anymore. But when you get back to the outside world, it's half Wonderland, half England.
Oh, that's awesome.
But in your head...
That's so good.
It sounds great, but in your head, if you think of this as a psychological masterpiece, you've now corrupted her brain, and now she can't cope. So now England is Wonderland, and it's all mixed together. And it just makes you so emotional.
Lithic, have a good night. Brother, get some rest.
And Robotical Nick...
I want to get to Catalyst first. Blizzard killed off Vol'jin. Is that StarCraft?
Probably World of Warcraft.
Is it World of Warcraft?
I don't know. I don't play that game.
Catalyst, give us more because I'm not Blizzard. I don't have a lot of Blizzard knowledge.
I don't Blizzard.
I don't know a lot about the Overwatch, the StarCraft, the World of Warcraft.
Why do you say it like that?
Because it's all one world.
But you go,
no.
The World of Warcraft.
No.
The Blizzard.
No. Hold, please. World of Warcraft is the Warcraft world. StarCraft is the StarCraft world.
But Blizzard,
they're not all one world.
No. I know that they don't Blizzard coexist in the same story universe.
That's not what you just said.
But Blizzard there's crossovers, okay? Like, there's Overwatch stuff in Diablo. They have little...
Wrong.
It's skins and stuff.
Wrong. In Heroes of the Storm.
No. In Diablo, there is a Mercy, wing set that I played through the whole Diablo 3 with.
That's because there's a wing set for the original Angel once you beat the fucking...
There are references to each other's games. It's its own little ecosystem. It was Warchief after Garrosh. They killed him at the start of Legion. Okay, there it is. Yeah, that's the one. It is World of Warcraft.
Thank you, Catalyst. I was trying to explain to him.
But yeah, Robotical Nick, they all exist together in the Nexus. Here's the storm. Yes, I understand that from a story perspective. I mean, Blizzard owns all of them, and they like to cross and play with each other.
You get little perks of Fallout 4 versus Prey.
This is a discussion for a different time. I'm going to bite my tongue.
The games reference each other, Calvin. They do.
Yes, they're referencing.
Yes, that's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Damn, still get a heavy chest when FF8's Eyes on Me song comes on. Mm-hmm. So everybody has a Final Fantasy, it seems, that made them cry or tear up or
7,
something.
8.
8, really?
Have you never played 8?
Yeah, I finished 8, but it didn't really do much for me.
Really? I loved 8. I thought it was an amazing game.
Yeah. Excellent. Overwatch has a barbarian skin for Zarya. The wings are Mercy's wings. Yeah, see?
Yes.
Blizzard likes to Easter egg back and forth between their games. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I meant when I said it.
how you phrased it.
I hear you, and I backtracked my phrasing. Let's see, what else? Is there anything we didn't catch on? Let's see. Oh, similar to your Alice thing, here's a quick spoiler alert for Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. So, in MGS2, Hal finds his sister after being estranged from her for a long time, and she dies, and she has a parrot that's her pet parrot. And so, parrots tend to repeat things that they hear, and so Hal goes to get the parrot, and the parrot's going, "I miss you, Hal. I miss you." And he breaks down and starts punching the wall and shit. That fucked me up real good. And in 3, TGB Kyle, hey, how's it going? In 3, similar to you have to do that thing, you don't have a choice. The final boss of Metal Gear Solid 3 is your mentor, and you defeat her in battle, but then the game puts the gun to her head and forces you to actually press the button to pull the trigger to execute her. It's really fucked up, and it's it's effective. It hurts. It sucks. It's an ending snakes at the end, saluting, at the gravestones, sheds a tear. If you can make it through the Metal Gear series without crying, and actually Kat on Facebook mentioned Metal Gear Solid 4, and Metal Gear Solid 4 made me cry until they pulled the rug out from under me. And then I just got kind of mad at it.
I still have yet to play any of the Metal Gear series.
I don't know that I would recommend them for you because I don't know that you like them.
I'm pretty sure
I don't think it'd
the
be
first
your
one. And that was
Really?
It. Yeah,
I love them.
It wasn't my thing.
Oh God, the boss. Yeah, it has been a while. I mean, you're saying it's been a while, not since it came out, but since you've played it, I think. But yeah, go back and play 3, and 3 is real good. Let's see, what else did we not hit? We hit 7. We hit 10. And this is one is Jonathan's. This is a I'm going to give you a spoiler alert for Shadow of the Colossus. This is one that Jonathan mentioned, and this clip is very long, so we're actually not going to. We probably won't get to the point where we'll see what he's talking about. Spoiler alert: Shadow of the Colossus. You are going. The game has there's no objective or direction. You just sort of play, and you come across Colossi, and you kill them. And their deaths are sort of but you're doing it because you think it will bring back someone. And when you kill all of the colossi, these guys show up now as is the mic? Oh, sorry, that was high. My bad. I thought I'd set that. And Just says literally all of this game. So you get here at the end, and the people are like, what the fuck are you doing? You've killed all of the guardians to basically the darkness, and so they try to stop you. Darkness overcomes you. You become sort of what you've killed. You become this terrible creature, and it's the whole thing is definitely an emotional thing. So Shadow of the Colossus just got remastered. If you haven't played it on PS2, it still holds up, but play the remaster also. It looks fucking gorgeous. And then Catalyst says, I'm not sure if I would consider it a tearjerker, but Little Nightmares has an intriguing and quite disturbing storyline. And actually, I watched Nerdez play through Little Nightmares, and she's playing through the DLC right now. And yeah, it is disturbing, and it's also very vague. Like, a lot of the story is just sort of things happening around you, and you have to piece it together yourself. But that was... Yeah, Silent Hill 2 has a really disturbing story as well. Not exactly a tearjerker, but if there's anything that we have not touched on, then now's the time to throw out there. Anything that affected you, made you cry, made you tear up.
I thought of one.
What you got?
Spoiler if you haven't seen it, but BioShock Infinite.
BioShock Infinite, yes. What about BioShock Infinite?
The ending. Like, holy fuck.
Just like...
You're just trying to keep it together?
No, I'm like, oh shit.
And we're all just
totally
gonna cry,
right.
yeah. So, okay, so yeah, spoiler alert for BioShock Infinite.
I loved this game.
What's the thing that affects you?
It's just the whole ideal of playing a person that doesn't matter. That just erases himself, his family, his life, everything. And everything you've gone through in this game has been for somebody. And then you're like, oh wait, what do I have to do to fix everything? Oh, you have to off yourself out of this entire universe.
Both,
Yeah.
it's for me, like both ways.
See you later.
Yeah.
You have to do it both ways. You have to kill your alternate self, and you have to kill yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of infinite multiverse theory and stuff going on in BioShock Infinite. Robotic Alexis Dark Souls boss Manus made me cry. Was that the Artorias of the Abyss DLC boss, Nick? Because I'm with you. That boss fucking sucked. Just... I was certain I was not going to finish that one.
Can we talk about a tear-jerking game that if it doesn't come out this year, I'm going to cry?
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay. All right.
I swear to God,
I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes on this.
Okay.
If it does not come out, I will cry and I will stream it, and you will see an hour-long stream of me bawling about how I've been waiting for this fucking game since the PS4. No, since PS3 got their new downloadable internet streaming content, and then PS4 came out. I will cry.
Here's the deal. Okay, let me break down the deal with this, Steven.
Yeah, I'm sure you're wealth of knowledge on this.
As we discussed during E3 last year, that all I wanted was a date. So I've had hate quelled in my heart for a long period of time.
So you're mad.
I'm just mad. Like, when they give me the date, I'm going to just buy the game up front. Like, I'm going to go pay for it at the GameStop, waiting for that game to come out. But at the same time, there's hate in my heart.
Okay, so you're going to buy it,
and I'm going to
play the shit out of it mad.
Yes.
I've done that before. I'm like, well, that's the angriest I'm going to be seeing a movie.
Because this game's like already earned my money. It's going to get my money no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm going to purchase you.
At least it's not Half-Life 3.
But I don't think they're going to give us a date. I don't think it's going to come out this year. It's going to come out in 2019, and this was going to happen.
Catalyst mentioned Modern Warfare 2. Yes, that was mentioned earlier. Idjit says, Halo Reach got me a bit. It was so melancholy. Yeah, Halo Reach is similar. It's like Last Stand kind of thing, where like you can survive as long as you can survive, but you're not going to survive. Halo Reach has got a very good ending. Nier Origin, I think you mentioned Nier earlier. You said had a really good story, roller coaster of emotions as well. Roland in Borderlands. Oh, if another so Telltale is really good at this. Tales from the Borderlands also. It's probably the funniest game that I have ever played in my life. But it's sad as well. There are some tearful goodbyes in Tales from the Borderlands. I apparently just cry a lot when I game. Didn't even realize it. I think I gotta watch what I play on stream. Blame Numera. Transistor was really sad, but good too. Okay, so here's a question then. Let's talk. We've been through some examples. Do you think that do you think that you're more likely to cry at an indie title or a AAA title, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
If it's emotional, it will wreck you.
I would say when you were starting to play The Last of Us, did you expect that to happen in the first 20 minutes?
Nope.
Fuck no. And like it was just a game I picked up. I was like, hey, this is a good game. You should play it. Okay, but I wasn't looking at developers or titles. And when I'm playing a game, I usually don't look at that when I want to play it because something looks cool, something looks interesting. Developers doesn't really matter to me. So to me, no, not at all.
Similarly, so when I think Christina and then you, both of you were just like, you gotta play it, you gotta play it, you gotta play it.
Which one?
Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
And I was looking, I was like, I don't even recognize this game title. I don't, you know. And
this is not a series I've heard of before.
Yeah. And didn't recognize the gaming company. And so even when we went to GameStop to get it, they were like, oh, you're going to love it. So it's like, okay, Jesus, put it in. Of course, fucking cried first 20 minutes. And I was like, holy shit. And so when it won Game of the Year, I'm like, fuck yeah, it did. There's a reason it won Game of the Year. And so but it doesn't matter.
I have heard that some people wept at the end of Journey. There's that game company that made Flower, Journey, and or Sky, I think is the one that Callie, I think, has been streaming the beta maybe. But Journey is all it's just a journey, and it's sort of cyclical in that way. But what happened was, I think it was Mike. I think it was someone who used to be on our podcast a while ago. You meet other players, but you can't speak to them online, like as they're going through their journey as well. You can just sort of intonate, like doing little musical boom at them, and they can do it back and stuff like that. And so at the end, when he's on his last leg of the journey, I think he like met someone again that he had met at the beginning of his journey, and like he was like, I just wept, like oh my god, this person just went through all the shit that I just went through. And so like with no story, like still affected him. Yeah. So played Journey also. Technically a tearjerker moment could be when I paid for $60 for No Man's Sky and it was a total suckfest.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would have told you not to pay money for that game. I didn't pay money for the game. I was like, no, this game looks dumb. Like, no, and it just turned... I'm so sorry that you spent money on that game.
Maybe it was Will. I thought it was Mike. Maybe it was Will that cried at Journey. That's possible. It just has a lot of feels for characters in Assassin's Creed. You mentioned Origins. Origins is coming up. That's going to be a stream for me coming up because...
Which one?
Origins, the most recent Assassin's Creed game.
Oh,
I'm in.
That series.
I'm in for that one for sure.
Calvin's not a fan.
And that's fine.
Yeah, it's not my style.
I like Assassin's Creed, but I also come down really hard on it. A lot of the Assassin's Creed games are garbage.
Like, what is it, 4, like 3 and 4, or just crammed out the same? Like,
I'm a little bit. I usually disagree with people. People are like, 2 was the best and 4 was the second best because of pirates. Like, well, I really loved 1 and I really loved 3.
Were they butt pirates?
2 sucked. Shut up, Cal. 2 sucked because it destroyed modern open world gaming. There's too much to do. It was too big and too shallow. And then 4 I hated because I didn't really give a shit about the pirate stuff. I wanted to assassinate people.
You didn't want to search for the booty, yar.
Right. I just wanted to...
No booty for the Steve-O.
Assassinate people.
Yar.
So I liked Unity okay.
Stop it.
And Syndicate was fine. The DLC for Syndicate was great. But anyway, I'm excited about Origins. Even though I love the series, I will come down on it. NMS was a thing. I think they made it better now. Origins was good, but so long. Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's not going to be a quick jaunt then. Good to know.
Maybe you can quest for the booty in that one.
Super Paper Mario actually had a touching story and destroyed teen me, says Weespill.
So, Super Paper Mario, that's it. Now, did you play Mario RPG, though?
I did. It was a long time ago. I don't remember much
there wasn't really weeping moments in that one.
I don't hear any weeping. RPGs do it pretty well. because they can tell a story. And this is sort of what I was getting at earlier, is I think indie games can also do it well because they are not bound by their overlords, so like they can tell the story they want to. And some big developers are also not. Like Naughty Dog is a really good job of just doing whatever the fuck they want. And that's great. But so yeah, that focus on the story and the character is what really, which sounds like a simple thing to say, but you know, a lot of games will tell shitty stories or not let you spend time with the characters. And that's, I think, the key here. Well, what were you going to say?
I'll say Nintendo's made me cry for years. First off, for having terrible systems for a while, make me weep for a while. But for, I'm not sure if Nintendo owns the rights, but for the rights of Geno and Mallow from Mario RPG that never had another game and were laid to rest. That would have been a great game series if they brought them in.
Yeah. Just Gravy preferred Thousand Year Door of Paper Mario, and Catalyst says Paper Boy when you weren't paying attention to the road and the car hits you. Yeah. I was trying to think of I think the first time that I ever cried in a game was probably Metal Gear Solid 1, and you kill one of the bosses, and it sounds so stupid now, like you kill one of the bosses and your sidekick was like in love with her, and so he was like freaking out, like the fact that you killed her and like could we have saved her and that kind of thing. And it's a really cool moment because it gets you to think about like the bosses that you kill in games, like they were people, generally.
Mostly.
And maybe even not generally, but you know what I mean. The lives that have been taken and what's, you know, what is war? Does love bloom on a battlefield, Snake? Like that's the thing. In retrospect, it's silly, but at the time I was like, oh fuck, this game's making me feel things. Yes, We Spill. That was it. It was Sniper Wolf. The end of SPM was really melancholy. So, games can make you feel stuff. Do you, when you feel it coming, do you let it happen or do you fight it?
The actual emotions?
The emotions.
Now we're talking just like
when
games
you're playing a game.
Any game.
Yeah, you're playing a game. You're feeling it. It's gonna have it. Do you let it go or do you try to fight it? Because I try to fight it. I don't know why.
I don't.
It
I'm like, I can get through it. When
I play PUBG and League, there's a lot of hate in my heart. I gotta let that shit out.
It depends on the emotion.
know.
Because if I'm angry, I will pause the game and be like, like I will rage for 10 minutes. And I if I do it on stream, I'm very sorry. But I will just,
Hey, Smurf, welcome back.
And so if I start crying, especially on stream, and be like, y'all gotta give me a second. I gotta turn off the camera and be like,
Yeah, I haven't hit that yet. And I actually thought because of streaming, I was like, I think with all the people here, it's going to really sort of be a buffer between me and my emotions. And when we were playing Resident Evil 7, Sarah and I have been playing Resident Evil 7, I was like, we're going to be streaming it, so it's not going to be that scary. The lights will be on, because we have to have the lights on, and we're going to be chatting with people. But we've had several. I've screamed my tits off, like, in that game. So
when you watch me play League, I get pretty pissy at people.
I like when you head to your keyboard. When Cal heads to his keyboard, I'm like, oh, let's zoom in on that bottom left of the screen.
What are you yelling at these motherfuckers?
I can't believe what the fuck did he think he was doing? Why did he feed top?
Yep.
I'm like, I don't know. Why did he feed top, Cal? I don't know.
Because baddies are bad, dude.
Now that I'm streaming when it happens, I can't hide it. Yeah, I guess just let it go. Just let it happen.
Be like Frozen.
Be like Frozen.
And
just
I mean, I hate to say it, but like, especially when you're streaming, that's how a lot of now famous streamers have gotten famous. They've freaked out on camera and they've left it going, and that's what gets them all of the followers. And I'm just like,
it's being yourself.
I'm just being yourself.
If you're playing it up, I feel like that's a little stupid. But if you are being yourself, I mean, I guess we could have a whole conversation about streaming. But Callie says, if I'm streaming, I will stamp that emotion down deep. Yeah. If I'm playing on my own, I become a huge emotional wreck. I think
I'll do both. I'll be like, give me a second.
And the moment actually and Calday mentioned it a while ago when we were talking about Last of Us. There is a moment that one of my friends cried and that Caldane mentioned was the giraffes. And what happens is you're sort of 3/4 or 85% of the way through the game. You're nearing the end.
Zoo, right?
And you're like, you're either near a zoo or in a hospital or something. Mm-hmm. And the giraffes sort of poke their head through. And I don't know if she feeds them or just pets them or waves at them or what.
She pets the snoot.
But it's the first beautiful thing you've seen since the beginning of the game. And so that hit a lot of people. That specific moment didn't hit me. I thought it was a good moment. Yeah. But I have seen people
Well, when you first said it, I was like, I don't remember the giraffes dying. Like, that was my first
No.
thought.
I don't think the
But
giraffes
no,
died.
I definitely remember.
It was hospital, yes. It's Caldane.
I
yeah.
remember when she's like, Joel, look at the giraffes. And I'm like, that's fucking sweet.
Oh,
like, I was
dope.
next to
them
Peter.
giraffes. Let's ride them. Like, yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
Put strap a saddle on them motherfuckers. Okay, guys, the last thing that we do before we call it a night, and hang around, because Cal and I are going to hash out some PUBG shit right after we do the fan can. This is a Gutter Nerds fan can. You can add questions to it by redeeming Nerd Cred. If you're on PC, just hover over the little icon right about there-ish, and you gain Nerd Cred by watching, and you can spend it on stuff, and add a question to fan can as one. Or you can tweet us using hashtag fan can free. It's at Gutter Nerds. I'm going to hand a couple. I'll draw one. You guys each draw one. We get a shitload now from people, so we can go through several. And remember, we will answer it no matter what, unless it is hate-filled.
Oh, cool. I can answer this one easily.
Okay. Lauren, you go first.
PS4, Xbox One, or PC by Squiddy. I'm obviously a PlayStation 4 gamer because I have nothing else.
Very cool. So. I am an Xbox One gamer because that's where most of my friends played on historically, and so we play online using Xbox One.
I'm a PC gamer because fuck the console race. Okay. I don't worry where my friends are. I go where the tech is, okay?
See, I never worried about friends.
I'll find all my friends everywhere.
Wait, I gotta jump back into chat. It just says his daughter had a giraffe plush.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that. Huh.
See, now you gotta play it over again.
Huh. Crazy.
That's what's up, Callie K.
Callie K's PS4. Smurf is on Xbox. I'm sure we have a slew of PC. Game Guy is gonna be PC.
Game Guy's gonna jump in.
I have a PS4.
This is not... I'm not even gonna answer which one's better, because we had the Console Wars episode before. We may do it again. We had it as AC. We didn't have it at GSGN.
No, don't do it again. No.
But
thank you, Smurf.
what do you play on mostly? That's how we'll answer this question. You guys can feel free to answer these too. This isn't just for us.
And it wasn't which is better. It just
it's just what do you, it just asks. So what do you play?
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC?
Oh, they didn't even mention Switch, probably because it's a piece of shit.
But it's probably.
I'm just kidding. No, I wish I had a Switch.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I'm just fucking around.
I wish I had a Switch for travel, but that's all I'd use it for.
Yeah, I don't travel.
I mean, I think if enough of us had it, we would all
probably
game
play it.
together.
Yeah, I imagine we would.
So,
what's yours, Sika?
This is a question towards Steven.
Oh, sure. Specifically. Cool. You guys can still answer it if you want.
What's with the blue hair?
didn't we answer this one already, though?
Is that all it says?
And then there's a follow-up.
Oh, okay. So what's with the blue hair? It's blue, because I wanted it to be blue.
Did you fucking like it?
It's either 5 or 6 years in April.
Okay.
5 or 6 years.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Does the carpet match the drapes?
I get this question a lot. This question is actually how Sarah and I started dating. Because she sent me that message over Facebook. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you the same thing I tell everyone. Yes, but it's striped.
That's just disturbing.
I can't afford the whole thing.
That really concerns me because I used to do your hair and I'm really glad it never went there.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is your opinion that Game of Thrones is loosely based on War of the Roses?
I don't know what War of the Roses is.
If I had an opinion, I would give it, but that sounds like
My opinion
shittery.
is that everything is based on everything else. Everything is inspired by everything else. I don't know. I actually don't know enough about either Game of Thrones or the War of the Roses. Which was that like the Tudors in the... You see, I drew a blue duck because I've never seen a blue duck.
What's that from?
It's from Billy Madison.
That's right.
But if it is an actual question, my opinion is sweet. It was probably more interesting than War of the Roses. Or was that the...
See, I don't know.
I need to Google some shit because I feel real stupid right now.
Here's what my opinion is. It doesn't matter because it's fucking entertaining, and that's what it's there for.
It's entertaining shit. It's true. Okay.
Fuck it.
Before we go, Cal and I have a little thing to hash out, so we're going to need you guys' help to figure out the specifics here.
Okay.
Neither Cal nor I have a solo chicken dinner win in PUBG. Cal's been playing PUBG for a long time.
Mainly squads.
Mainly squads.
Like I only have like maybe 10 games solo, period.
I have been playing PUBG much shorter than him, but I play solo fairly regularly when I do play.
Squads at all.
So I'm going to guess that we're balanced-ish here.
You got a graph?
I actually was going to pull up the conversation I had with you, where I determined with you that there is no inherent, there is no definitive edge that either of us have.
No, I wouldn't say
because
there's much of an edge.
I asked you first, is there anything about playing on console that is easier than playing on PC? And you said, no, not a single thing. And I was like, okay, let me be more specific. Is it easier to get a chicken dinner on console than PC? And you said, every game is different.
It's true. Every game is different. The only issue, like I mentioned before, is that when it comes to moving around and people's aiming and everything like that, they stand still. Like lots of people
on console stand more still than on PC. But you have better aim on PC than you do on console.
But you have to have faster reflexes times on PC to dodge.
Right. So, what do you guys think? Do you think Team Steve-O or Team Cal? Cal plays on PC, I play on console. So the challenge starts when we're done here tonight.
Now.
And we need some sort of stakes.
We need stakes, and we need how many solos can we play a day? How many...
You can play as much as you want.
Because you can only focus on that then. See, that might be you just to beat me to it, just focusing on that one game.
So if you you can play as often as you want, you can mix in, but you have to either stream or record it.
Or take a photo. Can you take a photo?
What do you guys think?
I think you should stream more often. So
I have been.
So this is my thinking, is that if we both stream when we play PUBG solo, then if you're in the chat when the other person gets it, then we put your name in a drawing. What do you think?
What do you mean in a drawing?
Like, I have a thing to give away.
Okay.
And if you're in Cal's chat when he makes his chicken dinner, or if you're in my chat when I make the chicken dinner, your names get put in a drawing for shit.
So
what that means
is... incentive to watch your stream.
Yes. And also, it means that if you do get a solo chicken dinner, you need to write down the names of the people in your chat.
What's the perk?
What's the
what's the prize?
The prize?
For those watching, not for you two.
Right. So
I'm interested in who's winning.
This is what I have. And if we don't want to do this, we can use it for a different thing. But give me a second. I'm gonna grab it. Talk amongst yourselves while I figure this shit out.
Shouldn't have had it out here. Oh, that's cute.
Oh boy. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
It's a box. What's in the box?
This is...
It's a box.
A little,
Is that a SNES Classic?
Super NES gift pack. So I'm going to show this up here. It comes with, some collectible shit. There's collectible coins, there's cartridge coasters, there's a plush toy controller, a heat change mug, a mini notebook, a console backpack, and a mystery item that's all,
Where'd you get that?
Super NES stuff. You want to take a look?
Kind of cool, actually.
It's kind of cool, right? I found that at fucking Walmart or some shit.
Hey,
excuse me.
Do we want to open it?
Quit farting on the stream, Steven.
Sorry, I'm banging my shit around. That's kind of a neat thing, right?
That's pretty
Can we open it and see what the mystery item is?
Nah. So,
okay.
What do you think then? Does that sound good?
So,
you can play as much as you want. You can stream as much as you want.
So we're playing for this?
Someone in one of our chats.
Okay, one of our chats playing for that. Okay.
We'll win this. But what that means, though, is I need you to, when you get it, you'll need to, take down those names and stuff.
That works. I like that.
Okay. So, what'll happen is, Team Cal and Team Steve-O, PC versus console, first solo PUBG chicken dinner, either perspective. You can play an FPP or TPP, I don't give a shit.
Stipulations. No. It is, you said rules and regulations.
Yeah?
First person. You
I feel
can't.
like it's just going to take forever. It's hard enough to get it in third person, right?
I'm sorry.
Isn't it? Isn't that going to unnecessarily extend the
first
thing?
Person.
I disagree.
First person only.
Okay, what do you guys think? First person only, or...
Do I want to screen cheat while I play a video game, or do I want to play it with,
All Cal's viewers are getting boned in this deal because Cal's never going to win a solo dinner.
There's Miki's savagery. Hello.
Okay, should we make it only first person or either one you want? Because I feel like it'll be years.
All I needed was that motivation right there.
I feel like
Miki just motivated the shit out of me.
Keep it third person. You can play in either perspective you want.
No, third person. No.
Either perspective you want. And so if you win, you like hit me up.
I'm not going to be picky no matter what.
Yes,
it has
you
to be
are.
It has to be an even battlefield. That's why I'm just saying first person.
I think it's even by saying it's a solo dinner.
Have you played the game?
No.
All right then. Okay. I'm just saying, like if
Her input's still valid.
I know.
It's
Oh,
still
is it?
valid.
Is it? Just the tap. Is it?
It just
Because
says
I'm
FPP.
sure.
First person perspective. Third person is cheating.
It's not an. It's just a thing though. Like it
It is not just a thing.
Well, no. What I mean is
if
that
I can see you over the hill, like, and you're inside a building, do you think that's fair?
I'm not arguing with you about the difference between third and first person. I'm saying that having that as a stipulation.
Yeah, that's a stipulation.
It's still the same. Like if you and I both play third person, we're still on even enough ground.
May I interject for just a second?
Yes.
Do you only play first person?
Yes.
Then why would that be a helpful thing for Steven?
Because Steven has been playing lots of first person.
Okay, so you not playing third person means you have a disadvantage, so that's why you don't want to play it?
No, I could play third person, but it's not fun.
Then what's the problem? Play in first person.
okay.
Steven can play in third person. It shouldn't matter.
Well, we've said a couple people said first person, so we'll do first person.
Okay.
That's fine. First person solo chicken. But if it takes, if it's like a month and a half from now, we still haven't gotten it, then I'm lifting that restriction.
Okay.
Because I don't want this to go forever. So this is what'll happen. If you're in my stream and I win before Cal does, we'll do a roll for this. Cal, when you stream and you get your chicken dinner, just take those names, draw one out of a hat, and let me know who did it. Okay. And I'll contact them and get their shipping info for the Super NES thing. Good?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That's
PC versus console.
Just to clarify.
And Jonathan.
And what are the other excuses we need to cover?
Jonathan, that is
to clarify, it's only one of you is going to win, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in that chat, there's multiple people. Is it a random drawing of one person, or is everybody in the chat going to get one of those?
No, it's one person.
Just wanted to clarify for everyone watching.
So however you do it, make sure that they're like,
that's fine.
Get their information, their name, forward it to me if you do. If I'm there, we've done drawings before, so it'll be easy peasy if you're in my chat. And you can be in both. Like you don't have to choose a team, but the idea of Cal winning a solo dinner is super funny to me, Q.
Oh no, it's very funny to me, Q. It's all right. He's probably laughing a lot right now. Like if I am to bet, he's just got a shit-eating grin on his face.
And I'm assuming the same project still applies. Where if we're in the,
I know you're throwing shade, JB.
Yeah. If you're on the, you're not good.
And JB, I know you're throwing shade, but at the same time, I'm just trying to make it a fair contest over all the same boundaries. So we're all doing the same thing, not one doing a third person and one doing first person. It's all going to be one-on-one. Now, if you want to afterwards do a third person solo chicken dinner, sure, that's fine.
Maybe we'll do another one then.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start in first person, and that's going to be it. Guys, thanks for coming out and hanging out today. It is on. The race is on for chicken.
I wish I had a gauntlet so I would throw it at you.
I wish I had a gong so I could slam it really. Oh no! Got under his pillow. Is our gauntlet. I'm more looking at Master Cold Fusion than Cal winning a solo dinner this week. Cute.
There's the shade.
Thanks for hanging out tonight. The next stream, if you're watching this on Twitch, is going to be tomorrow night. Sam and I are going to play Enter the Gungeon co-op some more. And that's the next one. Next week's podcast is on awesome LGBTQ plus characters in gaming.
Yay!
We Spill Cheered. We spill tears here. Thank you, We Spill, for the cheer. That means a lot. So we're going to go over some it's actually difficult to put together a list of LGBT characters in gaming because there's not a lot of them. But we're going to go over some badass ones and get the representation train going.
I feel like Last of Us is like every category so far.
Last of Us can hit a lot of categories.
Every category so far.
Last of Us is just the greatest game in the world. It's just
that's why I won so many awards.
But we'll be back next week, and we may have a special guest next week as well.
Oh, you will.
Oh, we will?
She's coming.
Okay, fantastic. So I can announce it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. We're going to have a special guest host next week. Her name is Bree Senpai. She's a cosplayer and gamer, and you can find her on Facebook, BREE Senpai. And she's tremendously talented. Very, very awesome gal.
She's one of my best friends.
So yeah, we'll be back next week. My name is Steven.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Calvin.
And
Steven, you're gonna lose.
we'll see you next time.
I really hope he doesn't. I really want to see you lose.